Hey YouTube, your girl is back. Your girl is back. Happy Saturday. Happy Saturday. Your girl is back with another video. And I am gonna come here real quick before everybody gets started enjoying their Saturdays. I know usually on Saturdays I shop a little bit, I clean up a little bit, honey. I go have me a couple drinks that night. So before everybody get their Saturday started, I wanted to come live and say, hey y'all, hey, it's your girl Nianta J. Honey, I missed y'all. I have been gone for a little minute, but I am back. I am back because, honey, the teacup is spilling over, honey. If you are listening to my beautiful voice and you are not subscribed, what are you doing? What are you doing? Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Hey, Angela Brooks. Hey. But yeah, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Turn those post notifications on. That way you'll be notified every time I post. Hey, Madelle. Hey, Wanda Clayton. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning, Tilo, honey. Hey, Dookie Fada. Hey, baby. When I told you, hey, Vianda Williams. Hey. Happy Saturday, everybody. Happy Saturday. Hey, Tra. Happy Saturday. Baby, when I told you the teacup was running over last night. Hey, I am Michelle for life. Hey. Good morning, Gilda. Hey, hello. Well, thank y'all for tuning in with me on this Saturday, honey. We're gonna come and we're gonna talk about it. Hey, good morning, Terry Cody. Good morning. Good morning. All righty, y'all. Good morning. Good morning. So, yes, y'all, I'm talking about now. Sharita went live yesterday, last night, whenever it was. And, honey, when I tell you she interviewed Roz's ex and baby, when I tell you, I see Latrice in the comments, honey. Latrice said, now listen, I've been trying to do good, but baby, this is some tea. And I feel the same way. Baby, this is some tea here. This is some tea. Hey, good morning, Nikki. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Good morning, the Charlies. But yes, honey, when I tell you the tea that was spilled on these YouTube streets, baby, it's just another example of baby the pot calling the kettle black. And this is the thing. I'm not even surprised. So for those of you all who ain't been caught up on everything that's been going on, or if you ain't been in the bushes, yesterday, Sharita, oh, thank you for being new to my page, honey. Thank you for joining, child. It says, good morning. It was an epic live. It was epic, child. I would probably say, child. This is the thing, right? Good morning, Wilma. Good morning. This is the thing. At the end of the day, I'm a real chick, right? So I'm gonna say this. It's only piping hot tea because of who it is. Around here, we ain't no fan of no man coming to spill the tea on nobody they used to be with. But the thing about it is, it's because of who it is. It's because the very same person who sat on this platform and acted like her life was perfect, the very same person who sat on this platform and dogged another woman out for any and everything, and who had the nerve to sit around and scrutinize somebody, harass somebody, put somebody down, literally been going through the same shit. And we're going to talk about it. We are going to talk about it. It says pig feet should have left. I mean, she should have left it alone. She should have left it alone. But this is what we say all the time. When you dig in a hole for somebody else, make sure you dig one right beside it, because you're gonna fall right inside that hole. Baby Dookie, I am still weak. I am still weak. It says, hey, Lee Black, hey. It says, my goodness, I think I only had 4 hours sleep, baby. When I tell you I was giggling and cackling in my bed, rubbing my feet together, honey, watching the shenanigans go down. But that's what she get. That is what she get. Like I said, normally in other situations, if this was anyone else who was not bothering somebody, then of course, we wouldn't sit around here and be ready for the tea. But in this situation, this is exactly what she get, and we is going to talk about it. We are going to talk about it, honey. It says Roz mad at Treese because she lives her life out loud, while Roz is a big liar and ashamed of who she really is. Exactly, exactly, and exactly. And every single thing that you have tried to come and do to this woman has backfired on your ass. And baby, karma has a name. And look, normally I'm not even a big believer in karma. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a big believer in all that stuff. But in this situation, oh baby, Sharita is giving you back everything. Sharita is giving your ass back everything that you've been trying to do to Treese times 10, honey. And I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Okay. It says Sharita is Rosalind Karma for the rest of the days. Exactly. And until she wakes up and she realizes that what she came on this platform to do is wrong, until she realizes that her goal to break another Black woman down is sick and is twisted, until she takes accountability that she doesn't have a heaven or hell to put somebody in, so she needs to learn how to back off and ease up and do her commentary in a more tasteful way that it's not stalking and harassing somebody. This same shit gonna keep on happening over and over again. It says, right. She always say Rita's talking to her about how when she called Rita family members. Exactly. Exactly. And from the outside looking in, for someone who doesn't know what's going on, it's looking like, oh my God, why is Sharita obsessed? Oh my God, why is she interviewing people? Because this is how we looked at her. Everything that Sharita is doing to you, this is the same thing that you've done to Treese. The same way that you made it your business to reach out to Coco and have him on your platform and all this, that, and the third, and support him. This is the exact same thing ricocheting back to you. So for all of you all who didn't know, Sharita interviewed Roz's ex Dwayne last night, and he pretty much just came on here and he pretty much confirmed what we all knew. Her ass ain't got her ass is going through some of the very same things that she criticized Treese for. Okay. Let's catch up to some comments. Okay, let's see. Hey, Shonda Styles. Hey. It says, I'm here for all the lives on her today. I may even get it on action. Okay, Shonda. I'm here for it. I'm here for it because this is the thing. You never win. In the words of Nene Leakes, you never win when you're playing dirty. And Roz, you have been playing dirty for a very, very long time. It says, a wannabe Safeway grocery clerk bag micro. Lord. Okay, she even called Treese. She even called CPS. Exactly. And now I'm talking about every single time. I even heard someone, like I said, I don't listen to her religiously, but of course, I'm in this commentary sector. I tune into a little bit of everybody to see what's going on. And it was a person in her chat, like letting her know, like, hey, well, there's this other person who you can talk about. Hey, there's this other person who you could focus on. She's kind of similar to the things that you're giving criticism about. And she was like, no, I'm going to stay focused on Treese and I'm going to break Treese down and it brings me money. And now look. Now look at what's going on. And so basically he came on to Sharita's platform and he just confirmed everything that we all pretty much can piece together from all the contradictions and all of the foolery that she's got on here and displayed. He pretty much confirmed that she was talking to him while he was in jail, allegedly, and she let him on into her home fresh out of the pen. The same thing that she criticized Treese for doing, she was doing. It sounds like she from what I gather, it sounds like she was over there taking care of a man. And from the bits and pieces, you know what I'm saying? I didn't listen to it in its entirety, but I heard enough. And for me, what I took from it was she was doing the same exact thing that she was criticizing Treese for. She was welcoming a man who had a record in the past into her home with her children. She was prioritizing this man and putting her all into this man, okay, and taking the focus off of her children. That, to me, that's what it sounds like. The man said she was having stripping parties where her children were present. That's crazy because you criticize Treese for what she doing, talking crazy. If you criticize Treese for having adult conversations in front of her kids or just talking about her experiences as an adult in front of her kids, but you allegedly having stripper parties while your children in the home, whether they upstairs or not, ain't no stripper party going on while no children's in prison, period. They could have walked out, even if you told them go to their room, that should have been going on anyway. He pretty much confirmed that her children are disrespectful. He said that, good morning, Von 75. Good morning, good morning. But yeah, he pretty much confirmed that her children are disrespectful. He said, her oldest daughter called her all out of name and everything. And, they got into it. In essence, you all have to listen to it for yourself. But in essence, he pretty much confirmed everything that she has gotten on here and spoken so passionately about. She's spoken so passionately about being a mother, and she's spoken so passionately about what you should and what you shouldn't do in front of your kids, and what you should and what you shouldn't do in front of your what you should and what you shouldn't allow into your home, and how you should carry yourself and how you should. But it seems to me like at one point in your life you was loving on ex-convicts just as well. You was putting men before your children just as well. And then it was some, he was saying that it was, she was saying that she don't know who baby, well, he was saying basically that allegedly she did know who the daddy was of one of the children. It was a lot. It was a lot. Okay. Niggas say I heard it all, child. I'm talking about she really can't talk about anyone. And this is the thing. I'm a real bitch, right? And I can say the tea that he spilled, like I said, the tea that he spilled on her wouldn't even be tea if she wasn't who she was. If she was a normal person who was humble enough to understand that we're all human and we all make mistakes and no one's perfect, then this wouldn't even be that big of a deal, right? But you sit on here and you have said over and over again that you have not experienced these things that Treese have experienced. You have not done these things that Treese has done. You've sat on here with your head held high, looking low on everybody, and you don't have some of the same ghetto shit going on in your life like everybody else. And that's just the moral of the story. She needs to stop before she loses and say, Section 8. See, I didn't listen to the whole thing, but I heard enough. Lord Jesus, who wants? Wait a minute. I know she don't know. Now, come on now. Now, wait a minute. Section 8, exclusive D. You don't spill some tea now. What? Wanda Clay says, "Oh, baby, she tried to sugar it down by saying she doesn't know what she has done, because that man is crazy. He'll do anything for money, and now she just won't really leave alone." Okay, but Roz, you see what Coco is doing. You see how Coco came on here and he was money hungry and he was eager to slander Treese for the check. You see this. You see how now you have a identical situation. You have a person who was came into your home fresh out of jail, and they are now looking for money, and you're trying to get your audience to understand that they may not be a credible source because they're looking for money. Ain't that what Treese was trying to tell us about Coco? You was in 100% of Coco dragging Treese for the check. But now that your ex-boyfriend is doing the same thing to you or something similar, now it's a problem. It's cool when you do it. It's a problem when somebody else do it. Come on now. It says, I'm sorry, but she deserved this for a long time. Exposed. I mean, she deserved everything that's coming her way. I said, so she works for a foster care agency, not directly from the state, which explains the constant home visit and light duty office work. Good morning, Leslie. He said brother was down there with the scribbles. Not he was down there with the scribbles, honey. 11 Prosper, no, she doesn't work at all. She received money for fostering. That was some more tea that he spilled, that allegedly, she's a foster parent, and that was some more tea. That's to John. I don't know how true that is. I'm just recapping what I heard on the live, or what my interpretation of. It says Teddy the dad. It says her comeback response was she has a fabulous clean house. Child. So is she on? So is this is the thing. Ain't nothing wrong with Section 8, right? There is nothing wrong with Section 8. I tell everybody, if luckily I was fortunate enough to take off running and really get into a good career field. But if I ever, was a struggling mother, that is a wonderful resource. So ain't nothing wrong with Section 8. But I know you ain't sitting on here on Section 8 after you don't sit on here and dog folks out for having evictions, you don't dog folks out for their living conditions, and you out now. Come on now. Now the people on Section 8, they do keep their house nice and clean because they know they got to. She's been exposed. She's definitely a hypocrite. She's definitely giving hypocritical. She had those babies at a stripper party. I see why they're so disrespectful. She didn't respect them. Exactly. Like, come on, ma'am. Trying to tell someone how to be a mother and you didn't even have enough decency to remove your children from the home if you were going to have an adult party where women were going to be stripping. Come on now. Oh, not the Section 8 queen. It says, yep, Section 8 says my name was born. No, no, no. Y'all on here spilling some tea. It says she don't have a job. She's not a social worker and she gets money from the state for John. Lord, Lord, Lord. But you see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? But you out here criticizing somebody for making it. You're out here criticizing somebody for blowing up, getting their kids out of the system, getting their kids off of Section 8, getting their life together. Trees, one thing that you can say about Trees, good, bad, or ugly, she turned her rags into riches. She took this social media and she took it to the next level and she changed her life and her children's life for the better. And regardless of whatever hiccups she has in the role, regardless of whatever things that have transpired, even if everything ain't all the way perfect right now, one thing that she has done is show up and showed out, and her children will forever will be able to say that my mama did more for us than gave us government assistance. And ain't nothing wrong with it if you need it, but her children will be able to say that my mama got her here and she bust her ass, she hustled her way to get us on up out of there. Now come on. Exclusive D said yes. Tree said she was on Section 8 a while back. Her ex confirmed it. Dang. I should have watched the whole thing. Lord Jesus. It says, now did you hear the lady Asia confirm everything Dwayne said? Asia is going to tell more of the tea behind the scenes. Lord, I ain't hear that. See, Jesus. See, I was clicking throughout because, I got a short attention span. I got ADHD. So I can't sit through nothing in its entirety. But and you know what? It says she is a foster parent, the state parent, and they will pay you. When you take in those children, they will pay you. I know growing up, there were a lot of people who I went to school with who had foster parents, and their foster parent was in the check for them. No, nah. Hello, Lady Ace. Hello, hello. One declares said pig feet, everybody's laughing at you. Right. And we're only laughing because you have the audacity. We tried to tell you to stop being mean a long time ago. We tried to tell you a long time ago. One second, y'all, somebody text me. We tried to tell you a long time ago, have grace, Sister Pig Feet. Don't sit on here and go so hard on this woman. None of us are perfect. All of us have struggles. All of us have things that we have been through that we may not necessarily have made the best decision at that point in time. People have tried to give you constructive criticism. You know what you did to that? You doxed those people. You lied on those people. You disrespected those people. You sit on your platform every day and you talk about another woman like a dog as if you have not been through nothing. And you mean to tell me that all of this information is coming out and you still gonna keep going? You still go, and this is the thing, ain't nothing wrong with commentary, but you gonna still keep judging somebody the way you do? Alive and prosper, they receive disability, and so does I was waiting for you to speak on this. You're the only one that don't cuss like crazy. Thank you, Marie. I try to keep it tasteful. I try to keep it tasteful because I know that sometimes when you do all that cursing, it can be hard to digest. Speak, yes. It says that now she's receiving money from YouTube and Facebook also by scamming her subs. And you can't be having no thousands of dollars coming in on month off of no YouTube and be on Section 8. Now there's an income limit for that. Now I know California, the cost of living is extremely higher, but you can't make them but a certain amount. Because I know down here in Georgia, for a two-person household, I know when I first graduated from college, I was looking up, trying to see if I can get based on income. And baby, they don't want you to make no more than 20,000 or something. I'm like, well, damn, anybody be making that around here? Yeah, you can't be having all this income coming in. It says, so she been on Section 8 for 13 years. Not been on Section 8 for 32 years. And here's how I feel about Section 8. Section 8 is a stepping stone. I feel like, to me, if I had it my way, unless you are elderly and disabled, because I feel like they deserve to be on that. Those are people who need it forever, for the rest of their life, right? Because once you get to a certain age, you can't work and you cannot get out here and maneuver and make money. But you should not be on Section 8. I feel like there should be like a 5-year time limit on it. Get your shit together in 5 years, get on off of that, and get out here into the regular economy and live like the rest of us. That's why everything's so damn high around here. That's why they want to take all these damn taxes out of our check, because too many people get on that and they abuse the hell out of it. And then for long hair. By the time our kids get grown, it may not be enough for them if they ever fall on hard times. But you sit on here talking about somebody else like you got your shit together, but you allegedly have been on Section 8 for this long. It says, Rita put the icing on the cake last night. I was so sleepy, but I was drinking my wine. Her life was so epic. Honey, I tuned in and I was like, oh, baby, he is spilling the tea. Hey, angels around. Hey, hey, hey. Leslie Jordan said he made her get a job at the grocery store, so she has no skills. Nah, he had to make you get up and get a job. Hell no. Mm-mm-mm. Don't you get tired of all that screaming? Can't we talk without all of that? Because I can't hear you better that way. And nothing wrong with cussing. Yeah, every sentence. Yeah, I can't do that. It says Shrek messed with the wrong. She really didn't come to play. And this is the thing. This is what she gets because she was so eager to link up with Sharita because Sharita had information on trees. This is what you get for being evil. This is what you get for being nasty. You were so eager to welcome any and everybody to your platform, not knowing that these same people was going to turn around and do the same thing that you doing to trees to you. And you want to go on your platform and say, well, she's a stalker, but what everything that she's doing to you is identical to what you're doing to trees. So what is the difference? What is the difference? How are you going to record anything and send it to anybody? She's like, yes, I was recording her live because she's taking it too far. She's contacting, but ain't that's what you did? Now let's take a walk down memory lane. Didn't you invite Coco to your platform? Didn't you invite Sharita to your platform? Didn't you interview one of the ex-workers from her warehouse? You have essentially invited several people that she's fallen out with to your platform. You've made it very known. You were trying to reach out to Courtney. You were trying to be in close proximity and contact with several of the people who she no longer associated with. So what's wrong with Sharita doing it? So this is the thing. If Sharita was doing this to you unwarranted, or then okay, I would be like, okay, now this is too much. This is taking it too far. But every single thing that she's now putting you through, you have done to trees times 10, really, if in my opinion. It says, I just got finished watching a few lives of Rita. It was definitely epic. I'm talking about I didn't even watch the whole thing. It says part 2 today on Rita page. Oh Lord, it's a part 2. It says yes. Now Asia came. Oh Lord, somebody else came up, baby. Oh, I should have stayed the whole time. It says she wants to be left alone, but she's still picking. They're not going to stop until she stops. So she might, yeah, this is the thing, Roz. You might as well strap up your seatbelt, sit down and enjoy the ride. Because if this is not good, and I hate to bring God into it, right? Because I'm not trying to make this a whole spiritual thing, because we on here, we talking about mess, right? But this is I'm not gonna say God. I'm gonna say this is the universe trying to tell you something. Then I'm gonna just say this is God trying to show you to stop. Now I know, God is not the author of confusion, and I'm not saying that he just got his hand in all these arguments. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is sometimes God will allow you to go through certain things, and he will allow you to be exposed to certain ways so that you can realize something about yourself. What you're doing to Treese is mean, it's wrong, it's nasty. And it's mighty funny how every time you think you about to get back to your regular commentary, every time you think that everything has died down and you want to go back to tearing somebody down, boom, another bombshell drop. I mean, and this is what I was always saying from the beginning before I got attacked. You are too invested. Ma'am, you lost your son in the midst of all of this. After something like that, if that didn't slow you down and make you want to change your approach and be more positive, then what will? What will? How can you grieve but still get on here and have the energy to attack someone who has done nothing to you? Anything they have done to you has been in retaliation to your disrespect. I don't understand it. I definitely don't understand it. Yeah, she's definitely blind. So she put the Section 8 voucher in her son's name. No, nah. It says that's why that child ain't in her name. You know what? That would make sense. It says daughter Legal Beagle was in her piss poor mammy's comment saying he was lying for the money. Listen, Well, so you all want us to believe if that is the case, if he's lying for the money, then we shouldn't. Then didn't we? But didn't y'all believe Coco? Didn't y'all believe everything that was cut out of Coco? Now Coco could have been lying about for the money, but y'all didn't. Y'all didn't care about that. Y'all believed everything that Coco said. Y'all came on here praising this man like he was Jesus Christ himself. So now that it's been done to you all, we supposed to be like, oh no, he just wants the money. Man, gone. Hey, blessings. And so it's the same for Kelly. A lot of folks are being removed from the Section 8 due to social media income, and that's facts. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Hey, hey, hey. That she's probably supposed to turn her income in. Yeah, like you're supposed to report any income that you're getting. So that's why she has a channel in her lawyer daughter's name, scam the government. I believe it. I believe it. At first I was like, okay, well maybe she could, because I heard a while back that she was, had her channel in her daughter's name and she was on Section 8. But I was like, okay, I don't know how true that is. But now with all this information coming out, I mean, now it all makes sense. Let's see. It says I had Section 8 and lost it for unreported income. I don't know how she's getting away with it. I got a promotion for my job and she didn't report it within 10 days and they took my okay. Listen, I remember a long time ago when I first moved, when I first came back to my hometown. It was my last semester of college, and I had this. I started working in my career field at the same time that I was about to graduate because I had my job was my internship as well. Because for my degree, I had to have an internship. And I wasn't making nothing at the time. I was only making about $16 or $17 back then. And y'all know how the cost of living is. So even though $16, $17 may be good for some people, that's not a lot of money when you add in car note, rent, all. I was only getting about like maybe 200 something worth of stamps. They took that. They took my Medicaid, they took everything. And that was way back when, okay? Like the minute they found out that I made a little money, I'm talking about I had just started, I was only making it, I had just got a raise. Like I was still in an entry level position. I hadn't even made it up to like supervisor or anything of that yet. I was just in my regular role as just a regular agent, in an internship. And they snatched my assistance for that. Exactly. She did ask her to stop, y'all. And this is the thing, y'all were just on here picking at her son. Y'all were just on here, talking about y'all gonna send stuff to the school and this, that, and the third. So I mean, this is the thing, it's not going to stop. It says social media has gained a huge awareness of unemployed government recipients who are living off of social media income. The IRS, but yeah, the IRS don't play, and I think that's honestly why they're putting a stop to a lot of these. Like, did you all see they're about to stop paying people for reels and stuff like that? I think that the government is catching on, and I think they're getting scared. I think they want people to go back to regular work. That's just what I think. That's just my opinion. It says, what's crazy when people do commentary on her, she wants to call the police. Like, right. When people are exposing you all and going in on you all want to go to the police. You all want to record. Oh, I'm recording this. But what are you go? So record when you are doing this very same thing to Treese. So go back. If you're going to report Sharita for what she's doing to you, go back and report yourself for linking up with Coco. Go back and report yourself for inviting Sharita to your platform. Go back and report yourself for bringing that time that y'all remember Treese had a woman that was working in her warehouse and she did an interview with Roz. Go back and report yourself for all that you've done. Go back and report yourself for calling CPS on this woman when there really was no real danger. You did not see there was nothing that Treese was showing on her screen that showed that those children were in danger, but you still call CPS. So if you're going to do all of this reporting, go back and start with yourself first. Yes, Dookie Father. We all tried to warn her when things turned that corner. Wow, it has turned, baby. Come on in. Come on in. Come on in. It says, rather than stick around and hear Miss Asia, I had to break it down in multiple episodes. Lord, honey. Lord, Lord, Lord. Yes, bless it. It's mean as F. Like, get on your business, explore and vlog about it. Okay? It says that man told the whole truth. I just listened to it this morning 3 times. Yeah, because I think that he was being honest because certain things he was like, well, I don't know. Like when Sharita was asking him, she was like, did Roz get around where she messed with a lot of men? He was like, well, I don't know. I don't know that part. He was like, I don't know if she was messing with him or not. So to me, I feel like if this was something that was rehearsed or this was something that was, he was coached to say, he could have really went harder than he did. He really just came on here and just exposed her for what we kind of already speculated anyway. But he could have, if it was a situation, hey OC girl, hey, good morning, legends. But yeah, if it was a situation where he was being coached or anything, he could have said way more than that. It says, now you're so right, which is why I can't understand why her people don't get it. I'm super convinced that the ones left or family members are part of her organization. I think that, yeah, Tilo, like, I don't get what they don't get. If you all are so disgusted and outraged by what Sharita is doing, then how can you support you turn around in the same breath? Oh, Sharita needs to stop. Oh, she's going too far. Oh, this, but you turn around and y'all listen to her do the exact same thing to Latrice. This same thing that you all are so disgusted by. You all are so saddened by it. Roz, you need to call the police. Roz, this is crazy. Roz, please. Then why can't you all say that same thing when she's over there relentlessly going in on trees, keep talking about Rennie? Why are you all don't have that same energy then? Why? That's just my question. T plus 3 says, good morning, nine chat. If they was lying, she would sue them for defamation. I bet she won't. It's all true statements that was made. Yeah, I in my opinion, I feel like he was being honest. I think that if he was lying, he could have said way worse than that. I think that he was definitely being honest. Charlene Randall says that Dwayne said that she moved him in when he got out of prison. And exactly, Charlene. That was a shocker to me. Like that was the whole start of everything. And don't get me wrong, when Trees first brought Coco around, we all were like, okay, what's going on, Trees? We my girl, but who is this man? Look, Hopper, who this woman? That's how we was we were all kind of like we was a little skeptical about Coco. Okay. We all was like, what the hell he doing here? But that's how, when I first discovered her channel, she was going in on Trees for having him in her home. She was going in on Trees for, bringing this man around her kids. And you did the exact same thing. Like, come on. Lady A says, when you do your annual every year while on Section 8, that's how they found out. I had seven payments of unreported income, and they removed me from the program for unreported income and being over income. Yeah. Like, and this is the thing. If you are on Section 8, baby, you're playing a dangerous game on these YouTube streets. Because you already know what these folks gonna do. You already know they finna find a way to report it. So I mean, it's the audacity. That's why you gotta sweep around your own front door before you sweep around somebody else's. Ain't no way in the world I would be on social media attacking another mother every day. This woman ain't think about me. She ain't, you know what I'm saying? This woman trying to live her life. Ain't no way I would make it my sole purpose to break someone out. This was in her words. She said she want to break trees down. Ain't no way you want to break trees down. You ain't even got your shit out and you won't even have your stuff all the way together. Come on now. She can't start herself because she's not proud of her generational life. There was no love, protection, and validation. She wanted more, but her village was too damaged to help her get more. Exactly. Because it's the thing, Roz, you come from that thing as well. You come from a mother who was on drugs. You come from a broken home. So for you to get on here with your chest poked out as if you can, quote unquote, like you say, pop your collar, that is, I don't understand why you're not humble when you come from humble beginnings. And being humble does not mean that you have to not have confidence in yourself. Being humble doesn't mean that you can't be proud of how far you've come, but for you to get on here and for you to talk about someone and for you to admit that you love breaking someone down, you love seeing someone, suffering from your doings. Because that's still, you want to see this woman lose her kids. You want to see her lose her platform for nothing because you don't know her. Then that says a lot about your character. It says that you're sick in the head because you don't have it all figured out either. You have dysfunction in your household. You have financial instability in your household. You and your daughter got on here and y'all, that's all y'all could scream. Eviction this, eviction that. What type of mother would have evictions? But now it's receipts being produced that your daughter got evictions. Now they up here saying you on Section 8. Like, it screams you're insecure and you're miserable. Because someone who was really secure within themselves, I don't gotta put the next person down to pop my collar. I wake up and I know I'm that girl. I don't have to get on here and I don't have to look up nobody information. I don't have to worry about how many evictions somebody got. I don't have to worry about how many repossessions somebody got. I don't have to put the next person down. But you have made it your due diligence to get on here every day and you're not going to stop. And so guess what? You're going to continue to have people like Sharita who are going to continue to come on here and give you a taste of your own medicine. And that's what you get because you had no business inviting Sharita to your platform. You had no business trying to be buddy. You didn't know this woman from a can of paint. You didn't know her from a can of paint. You didn't know anything about her. You did not know her well enough to invite her on your platform and dang near share her platform with you. You introduced her and blew her up. And now look at you suffering from the monster you created. And not saying that she's a monster, but this is what you created. You wanted this so bad that it backfired right in your face. And you still want to keep going. And you still want to keep talking about Trees. Baby, Trees the last of your words. She the least of your words. Trees over there living her life with her man, with her children, just trying to make it, honey. You got bigger fish to fry. You got folks on here who ready to dig into your life and dig into your ass the same way you dug into Trees. So if I were you, I don't even understand how Trees is still the topic. Like, I don't even understand how after all this, you're gonna still come back and say, yeah, I just want to get back to focusing on Trees. Like, how, ma'am? You've been exposed in every which of way, every lie, every facade that you have tried to come put up for us has been exposed. How are you continuing? How do you want to keep going? At this point, you're done, ma'am. You're done. And then you're also excited, like it's like I'm so excited, like it's my revenge, but it's done. I can't eat the cake. I can eat the cake, man. I can eat the cake anime. Yes, honey, hit the like button, honey, hit the like button. Yes, she is very sick, very sick. I've never seen nothing like it. Never. It says, thank you. Keep explaining. So it's like, yes, I thank you, Angel. I think there's something is wrong with it. I don't like calling people slow, but they got to be a little challenged. It's something wrong with you all if you all cannot see. How can you all ask Sharita to stop, but you're not asking her to stop going in on Trees? A real woman, a real sister, a real person who really cares about her and supports her would say, look, sis, I love you. But in order for you to stop being attacked and harassed, so you say, by this other person, you may want to take some of your own advice. And why don't you show us something different? Maybe the change will start when you change. Maybe the attacking will stop when you stop attacking people. Maybe the stalking will stop when you stop stalking people. Maybe the bullying will stop when you stop bullying people. Maybe the harassment will stop when you stop harassing people. See, that's the thing. You're only going to get out into the universe what you're putting in. And every time you try to crank the engine back up and you want to get your Trees commentary back off and run into a full speed, you're always sidetracked and side swipe because you're operating out of dysfunction, evilness, and jealousy. You're jealous. You're jealous because a woman who has been through the same thing that you've been through, she was able to take her lemons and make lemonade. She was able to take her lemons, add sugar to it, get her a nice tall little wine glass, put some ice in it, and make a pretty glass of lemonade. She was able to take her situation and flip it for the better of her and her family. And you can't understand why you didn't have the opportunity. You can't understand how this woman who's imperfect, just like you, who's been through the same things just as you have, you can't understand how she can take hers and make people fall in love with her authentic self, the good, the bad, the ugly. You can understand that she don't have to come on here and pretend. She can come on here and she can tell us all her good, bad, ugly, and people still gonna rock with her. You could never do that because you're not confident enough, because you ain't real enough, because you ain't humble enough, because you on here trying to be something you're not, because you don't understand that ain't nobody God. You don't understand the true purpose of life. It's not to tear someone down, it's to help build each other up. And instead of sweeping around somebody else's front, don't sweep around your own. Use your own downfalls, use your own misfortunes to create a testimony to help other women. You ain't gonna never help nobody by tearing them down. The child says she criticizes Trees more than she does her own children. She gives them the free will to do as they please, but on Trees like a hawk. My thing is, she doesn't know Trees. Exactly. You don't even know Trees. Your kids around here with issues, talking to you crazy on live. We can hear it. You need to be putting the focus into your household, helping your children. Your daughter's on here screaming she a lawyer every 5 minutes and then send up here with an eviction. And don't get me wrong, we all go through hard times, but baby, what's going on over there that you sit on here talking down on folks and you ain't even paying your bills? You need to be seeing what's going on with that. You need to be trying to, be more involved with your children and see what's going on. Don't sit on here and worry about nobody else and what they got going on. You got enough on your plate. Yes, the ladies, a little challenge, a little challenge. Blessing says Trees still the topic because it helps her deflect from her own reality. Trees gives out the game of her success regularly, but she don't bite. Exactly. Trees done told y'all she put herself down. You know what I'm saying? She crack on her own self. She go ahead and she tell you the bad about herself before anybody else can, and she make light of it and she take it and she turn it into a positive. She'll dog her own self out first and talk about her own imperfections, and then she'll turn around and she'll flip it and show you how even me with these imperfections, I can still get up and get it and win. That's what you need to be trying to do. You need to be trying to, instead of trying to hate and trying to criticize, you need to be taking a page out of her book. Okay, because she didn't have to come on here. She didn't have to dog nobody out. She didn't have to degrade nobody. She didn't have to do all that to make it. She took her pain. She took her trauma. She took her imperfections. She took all of the negativity that has came over her for the years of her life, and she turned it into a positive. And she turned into the gift that's gonna keep giving. We get to see someone who's real, raw, and unfiltered live their life and blossom and grow and learn and it's an amazing thing to view if you're looking at it from a non-judgmental perspective, you know. Twala Field says, good morning, Twala. She was so rattled. At one point, she was saying she didn't know a Teddy, but then contradicted herself by saying, I'm so glad he didn't remember my friend's last name. Okay? She always contradicted herself. Always. Lady A says she clicks with anyone that is against T, but what she doesn't realize, T be ignoring her, and now she has 4 pit bulls in a skirt ripping her apart. She can handle it. She can't. And it's kind of like, and this is what we were trying to tell you. We were not trying to tell you that you couldn't do commentary. We were just trying to say that what you're doing is wrong. Digging into someone's personal life, contacting people they've fallen out with is wrong. Doxing people is wrong. Calling CPS on people is wrong. Spreading lies about people is wrong. Spreading information about people that you don't know to be 100% true is wrong. And now all of it is being done to you. Daisy Duke, you was talking straight fast. That lady didn't even know Rita or Coco or none of Tree's so-called friends. They was all on her panel. Now the beast has spoken and she can't take it. Yeah. You ain't have no business sharing your platform with Sharita. Let's just call a spade a day. Let's call a spade a spade. You didn't know this woman. You didn't know nothing about her. All you knew about her was she was no longer friends with Trees. You didn't know her. Now you want to get on here and say, oh, she's this bad person. Oh, she's this or what type of person. But this was the same person. When every time you get on here and you try to convince us that Sharita is this terrible person, Sharita is the same person that she has always been when she came to your platform with the T. And instead of you just saying, you know what, this ain't right. This is too far. Even though I want to do commentary, I'm not trying to pry further into someone's personal life. You eagerly took the bait, and now it's been hell on you ever since. Yes, she's very jealous. It says yes. I'm liking the way you were teaching. Thank you, Spicy. Thank you. It is absolutely, there has to be some mental issue that's not being treated. California local mental health. Can you all assess the whole Night Allen Powers and Juju family community endangerment help? Yes, her kids are disrespectful. Yes, her kids are disrespectful. I mean, for there to be some type of restraining order that was even put in the atmosphere, even if it was never finalized or whatever, for you to even feel like you need to put a restraining order or whatever happened, y'all had some type of dysfunction going on. It says, and now she's big mad because T and Rita let that go. What happened in the past? Yeah, I mean, because and now you look dumb. Because the very person who you wanted us to, you introduced us to Sharita. You wanted us to believe everything that Sharita was saying. You wanted us to take what she was saying, and you wanted us to write it out in ink in the Bible, and you wanted us to save it, and you wanted us to believe that this woman was a credible source. You wanted us to believe that everything that she was saying about Treese was true, and now you're trying to discredit her, but you weren't discrediting to her when she was spilling the Treese on tea. So we're supposed to believe everything that she said about Treese. Everything that she said about Treese in the past that was negative, we're supposed to believe that with no questions asked, right? But we can't believe anything that she says about you. So this is how crazy you sound. This is how challenged you sound. Hey y'all, everything that she said on my platform about Treese and her children is true. So believe it, believe that part of it. Just don't believe anything that she said about me. So, Roz, what is it? Is Sharita a credible source or is she not? Because if you don't want us to believe that she's a credible source, then all the things that you and her got together and said about Treese and her children on the platform, we should discredit that too, right? That's only fair. That's only fair. If you now want us to believe that she's not a credible source, then all the rumors that she brought you, all the tea that she gave you, you need to go back and say, hey, y'all, don't believe that because that came from someone who I have now found out to be an uncredible source. You need to go back and recant everything because and you cannot tell us to believe all the things that were said when y'all was buddy buddy, but then you want us to not believe it now that y'all ain't buddy buddy. See how dumb you look now. This is why you should have just kept your hands clean and just did your commentary and moved on. But no, you was greedy for more. Hey, good morning. I'm here for a 74. Good morning. Good morning. It says the Courtney has already knew that. From what I've seen, I strongly believe she has never been respected, either from self, her parents, relatives, children, and all outside relationships. Yeah. And it seems like she's trying to desperately, like, it's like she's begging for their validation or she's begging for their love with this whole, all this. Like, it's like, are you the parent or not? Because a real parent would tell her 26-year-old child that's up in the dorm room to focus. A real parent would tell her quote unquote lawyer daughter, hey, you have a bright career ahead of you. You don't need to be wrapped up in this. It looks like she's trying to, for once, I guess take pride in the fact that she brought something to the table for them because she pretty probably hasn't contributed much else. Because it's kind of like if you have these children and they have their own lives, don't drag them in your mess. Don't come on here and argue back and forth with me. I got this. Y'all gonna be great. Go finish school. Go prosper in your career field. Don't worry about me. Mama got this. That's what someone who, is truly, a concerned parent would do. There's no way that my child would be that far behind in school, which ain't nothing wrong with going back to school later, but she's obviously behind at some point because she's still in undergrad. There's no way that my child will be that behind and I'm encouraging her to go live and participate in the mess. I would be telling my child, look, you need to focus on your school. I don't see nobody else children on here going back and forth every day. Your children are the only one on here, front and center, all day, every day, going back and forth. But you want to say y'all are so much better. It ain't making sense. It just ain't making sense. It says the same way she befriended all of she's friends. Yeah. Yeah, she wants to be their friend. It's like she's trying to she's seeking some type of validation from them or something. Like it's like she wants to be the cool mom. Like let's cuss these bitches out together. Like that ain't cool. That ain't cool. You want to talk about parenting? A real parent will let their kids be kids in their own lane. Just because I get on here and I want to argue with folks and I want to be low vibrational every day for a check, y'all ain't gotta do the same thing because it's not gonna benefit y'all the way it's gonna benefit me. I don't have shit else going on. Y'all supposedly got other stuff going on, you know? She wants to be able to continue to dog and drag LA in peace. Shrek, no ma'am. You will be held accountable, especially when you have continuously been exposed with receipts for doing and living worse. Okay? Mm-hmm. I like you because you tell the truth and keep it real. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. It says last time Rita asked him if she had friends, and he said, hell no. You got to be a friend and have good friends. Yeah. You got to. You got to. Oh, thank you, the Charlie. The Charlie says, yes, now you have way with words like no other. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. And I like to be able to, get my point across in a digestible way. I don't want to, get all, not no shade anybody who does it, but I like to kind of break it down in a way that we can talk about it. We can have a conversation versus, just put in my groceries, listen to your commentary. I said, ooh, she's the truth. You know, you know what you know, but you smart. Thank you. Thank you. Hey, loving yourself. Hi, Nine Chatty Speaker. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I know you have a line says only thing she admitted to being true about her ex said only thing that she admitted to being true about was that she can cook and her house was clean. So if he told the truth about that, why would he lie about everything else? Make it make sense. Exactly. See, this is the thing. She wants to control the narrative. So we can believe him when he say your house clean. We can believe him when he say you can cook, but don't believe nothing else he say. You see how crazy that sounds? This is why you should just admit that you're not perfect. You took it too far. You came on this platform very condescending and very judgmental, and you should not have done that. This is how you can clean all of that up. Hey, you should first start by just issuing apology to Trees and by saying, listen, and then I know things have been said and she don't talk about you and whatever, but you have to take if you cannot take a step back and understand that you are the cause of all of this confusion. Had you adjusted your delivery from the beginning when we were telling you to, when we were giving you advice before people start calling you pig feet, before people start talking about your son, before anything tragic happened to you, people were telling you that you were going too far and you said no. All of you all must be low level, unsuccessful women if you don't agree with what I'm saying. You look down upon the people who were trying to give you solid advice and just tell you, hey, you may want to switch it up. And now you sound crazy because you want us to believe the things that these people are saying that you want us to believe. So you want us to believe the thing about Courtney. You want us to believe the thing about her kids. You want us to believe that, you got a clean house and that you can cook. You want us to believe selective things, but then you want us to also discredit these same people. It's either or you should just step back and say, you know what? I took it too far with my commentary. I can admit that I came across very harsh, very judgmental, very mean, and I'm going to change up my commentary and do things differently because all of this confusion is happening because of me. I even though there have been things said and there have been things done to me that may have been wrong as well, I started this confusion by being mean and judgmental. That would be a start. That just would be my advice. It says I can't believe she lied about being a social worker when she really was just a social cashier. Oh, Miss Picklefoot, and this is the thing. Anybody that will lie about something so simple as I renting their home, if you lie about something that small, you lie about anything. Ain't no telling what else you up here lying about. It says R is in panic mode because the more she get exposed, the more the viewers drop. Right, because people should see this woman is not who she is made out to be. She came on this platform telling us that she was this wonderful homeowner who raised her children with no dysfunction, who's never had any misfortunes, and that has over the years has been exposed to be nothing but a bold faced lie. Okay. And and more people should start waking up. If this person who you're listening to can't even be honest and transparent about who they are, then how are they going to tell you about anything else? How are you all going to sit around here and you're going to listen to quote unquote parenting advice for someone who's ashamed to come on here and just tell you that they've had misfortunes? It's okay if you have made bad decisions when it came to men. It's okay if you used to be on Section 8 or if you still on Section 8, it's a problem. But it's okay if you've had money problems. It's okay, but you all are so prideful that you don't even want to be transparent and vulnerable with your own shortcomings. And you're never going to win at the social media thing because if you don't know how to be vulnerable, if you don't know how to be relatable, if all you can do is judge, then I mean nobody's going to stick around for that. You may get away with it for a little while because people just want to see the negativity. They want to see someone drugged down. But after a while, it just gets old because when Trees keeps thriving years from now, and when she continues to have her platform and do the same thing that she's been doing, people gonna be like, "Well, wait a minute. What? Why are we all here together again? I mean, what are we all gathered here for? Like, didn't you? I mean, what's the purpose of this? Like, I would hope that women who are old enough to be probably my grandmother, I would hope that they would start to wake up and smell the coffee and be like, well, wait a minute. some in the milk ain't clean. I mean, can we do something that's value added? If you're on your platform and you're having a solid conversation, you're giving solid advice, like we're doing right now. Right now, we're not just going in on you, calling you names, bashing you. You know what I'm saying? We're making our light fun. But we're having a valuable conversation about what's the solution to this. How can this be fixed? We're not just sitting on here just calling you all type of bitches and like we're not doing that. We're on this platform right here just having a value added conversation about how this could have all been different and how this could all change, and we're giving recommendations for what we could do to move it forward. If those were the type of conversation that you were having on your platform, where you were actually giving some positive and empathetic advice, because even in this message that I'm giving to you today, it's still it's still tasteful. you know if you were doing that, it'll be no problem, but see, you're not doing that. You're just tearing someone down, and that's ugly and that's mean, and you're not going to win that way. So she only wants us to not believe Rita because it's all about her. I'm going to keep it real. Rita is rough around the edges, but I like her and she is good to her audience. She is hilarious. She's definitely rough around the edges, but she is hilarious. And Daisy Duke says, until she leaves Trees and her family alone, she's going to be the topic of messy, and all her skeletons are going to keep coming out the closet. They are. They are. Tree said she's doing this because she sees things in her life that she went through in her past. Trees was spot on. One thing I can say about Trees, you can say what you want about Trees, but every single person who she has analyzed and talked about, even the people who she no longer cool with, she was spot on about them. Now, regardless of how they fell out or whatever, she was spot on about every single person. She's right. Yes, it's all about the money. And that's the problem. It's like the love of money is the root of all evil. We know that we're all on this platform to make money. We're all on this platform because you can get a few dollars off of, giving your opinion. But this should not be something that I'm so invested in that I'm going to sacrifice my integrity. I'm going to sacrifice the morals and values that I have as a woman to up the ante. Like that's just not what I'm gonna do. Hey Frederick, hey. Tito says, even though she's claimed he's not to be believed, she said he can never say anything to her. He's not welcome into her house, and she's mad at him. Child. Yes, they definitely lack integrity. She do all of that, and I still won't watch. Exactly. Even if she apologized, even I mean, she don't came too far. I'll never support her, right? I'll never support her. But if she wants to save the audience, and if she wants to redirect the conversation and keep people engaged, you gonna have to switch it up, Ross. You're gonna have to switch it up. You know what I'm saying? It says Twilight Field says, I think after hearing the way No spoke and cursed at her mom that day, showed who was the pimp master and who was the pimp's puppet. Them kids are very disrespectful and had no mercy on Raw. Yes, because there was one live where it sounded like she was about to say that she was going to start switching it up. She sounded like she was ready to turn over a new leaf. And her daughter got on there and was like, no, F that. You ain't gonna do this and you gonna do this. I'm like, girl, who is the mama? You or her? Y'all talk about everybody mama, talk about my mama. Y'all criticize everybody parenting, but it seems there's a lack of respect somewhere in the atmosphere. Rita is the DT short for detective in NYC. Y'all better run when you see that Crown Victoria. It's another thing. Her saying her kids are not disrespectful is self-explanatory. It speaks for itself. The more she talks, the more she. I'm talking about. Looks like a fool. Your kids are very much so disrespectful. The way your kids are so eager to get on here and go back and forth with people who are old enough to be their parents. A lot of these people didn't even start coming for your children first. Your children wanted to hop on every single panel and in every single comment section and go windmilling for you like you ain't wrong. Like, this is the thing. I'm all for having your mama back, having your sister back, having your family back. But when your family is wrong, they wrong. And I'm not finna go into no situation just blindly defending nobody. I don't care who you is. If my mama wrong, she wrong. I'm not finna sit up here. I'm not finna co-sign and condone her being wrong and being self-destructive. If you're on the internet and you are continuously attacking somebody who ain't thinking about you, I'm not getting in that mess with you because I don't care if you my mama or not. I have a career, so I say, I have a career that I have to worry about. My sister's in school trying to better her life. Y'all need to sit y'all mama down and tell her you need to stop. I don't give a damn how much money is bringing in. Ain't nothing worth your peace. Okay? My peace is priceless. It says so many similarities, plus some more and some more. Her life sound worse than what Trees ever went through. Okay? Because baby, if you still on Section 8, baby, that's very telling. That's very telling. It says, trust that my sons will never disrespect, will never disrespect towards me from how I raise them and how I treat them. And let's say if they do, I will bust that mouth faster than they can say I don't play it all right. It's like, it's like I don't. Good afternoon. Not only does she have the people that don't like T, and now she gathers the ones that don't like A. That man don't care that she's mad. He moved on and she's still alone. Because that's why her channel's in her daughter's name because of the Section 8 income guidelines. That would make sense. That would make sense. And see, they stay trying to discover something on somebody else, and they say trying to expose something for someone else. But I mean, you're just gonna keep getting exposed over and over again, and it has to be embarrassing to every other week is some new information coming out, and you just won't stop. Like, you know. And then she better hope Rita don't find out who Teddy is, but knowing the detective and Rita, she's we'll find out with Teddy. I give it to by the middle of April. We'll find out who Teddy is. Trotter says she needs to leave Rita kids alone. Pig feet and her chaps are jealous of Rita kids and us that try to hurt Rita. Rita is too strong for that and could chop her up. Mm-hmm. So she's extremely embarrassed about her life, but if she comes clean and tells the truth, the embarrassment will start shutting off. She'll be more proud and accepting herself in her generational life. Right. Like, this is the thing. Nobody's perfect, but see, what's gonna eat you up raw is you ashamed. See, one thing about me, I can tell you everything about me, the good, the bad, and the ugly with my head held high. And I don't give a damn. You know what I'm saying? That's why that time that they was trying to say, oh, well, Nigeria has a fake face. Nigeria ain't got a damn thing. I don't mind coming on here and telling you who I am. I don't mind coming on here and showing my face. I don't mind coming on here and tell you, I don't mind that. Of course not. I'm not gonna post my address for safety reasons, but I don't mind people dig into who I am because ain't nothing to me. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no arrest records. I'm just a regular old woman who, I'm a regular girl from Macon, Georgia. Went to Albany State, honey. Got my bachelor's in business management and working in my career field for a while now, honey. Had a couple, got a couple side hustles, trying to figure out how to trying to have the multiple streams of income, trying to figure out how to not be working after I turn 40. That's all I do. That's my daily life. I go to work. I work on me some side hustles. I'm getting my master's right now. I'm just trying to find a way to be not on nobody's day job by the time I'm in my 40s. That's all I do. I don't have, anything to hide. I think that she needs to understand that you can dig up all the information that you want on people. You keep posting Sharita's house. You keep posting. People ain't ashamed of that. You know what I'm saying? No one has nothing to prove. As long as this lady got a roof over her head, who gives a damn? But see, people are going to judge you harshly because then when you are found out to be on Section 8 or to be, in a situation where there's some financial troubles, now it's a big deal because you made it such a big deal. Kimberly McNeil says, I remember that she was about to change, but that daughter didn't want her to do that. She was never changed. The daughters were the boss of her. Right. Like she was on that live and she was sounding like she was getting ready to say she was going to start changing up her delivery. And her daughter abruptly cut her off and was like, no, F that. And I'm like, see, this is why everything's going to continue to go downhill because it's not giving. It's not giving genuine. It's not giving humility. It's not giving grace. It's not giving empathy. You don't have any of the positive human elements to continue this on in a positive way. This is going to crumble every single time. 1 second, y'all. Somebody text me. But yeah. Let's see. It says Rosalind will lose her itch when she ends up in poor living conditions while Sharita goes viral to upgrade to a mansion. It ain't over. Yeah, it ain't over till God say it's over. Okay? You better be careful how you put your mouth on people because sometimes he will put you in that same position. Them poor living conditions, ain't no way you should be talking about anybody living conditions if your living conditions are only that way because of the government. It's a difference between people, and it's a thing. I don't put nobody down, but I remember a long time ago, I was at work, and I heard people, they were criticizing people who lived in the hood. And I had to tell the girl, I said, listen, you got to be very careful what you say about people, because like, at the time, like, these were like, I think these was like college aged kids or whatever. They were still living with their parents. I said it's very easy to talk about someone's living conditions until you have to get out here and you have to pay rent and you have to pay car note and you have to pay daycare on your own, no assistance. So until you have been in that exact same situation and you can fight through it and show us a better way, don't judge somebody because they live in the hood, because you never know, what God can do for people and how people can turn around. They may be in the hood right now, but in a couple of years that could be a mansion. You know what I'm saying? You never know. So just be mindful of how you put your mouth on people, because he could put you right there in that same position just to see what you'll do. And you probably a fold. She keeps saying such and such, talking about my kids. I'm going to talk about theirs, but your kids come from people. Sharita kids haven't said a word. Neither has Miss Carver's daughter. Exactly. And Roz, you are friends with Chase, who talked about your kids. Coco, who talked about your kids. You are friends with people who have dogged your kids to hell out. So what's the difference? Everyone has said the same thing about your kids, including Coco, including Chase. Everyone has talked about your kids. Everybody has talked about your son that passed away. All these people who you are buddy with. So what are we talking about here? What you're saying, it doesn't make sense. If you were riding for your kids and you were so protective of your kids, then you would have never forgave these other people who you have welcomed to your platform and they dogged your kids out. Come on now. I hate reading trees fell out the way they did, but I'm a believer of divine intervention. It had to happen this way so Piggy could get a dose of her own medicine. Look at God. Exactly, exclusive D. I did hate, because I feel like it really wasn't that deep. And I felt that for all of the friendships that have failed with Latrice. Latrice has never done anything to any of these people that has been worth the exposing and the drama that's come afterwards. We all know Latrice, maybe she may need some work in the friendship area. She may need to learn how to talk to people and things of that nature, but that's not that serious to come on this internet and just go in. And when that happened, I was so disappointed that Sharita came to Roz's platform, because I was like, damn, I feel like they could have got past it. I just felt like they could have got past it. So I'm glad that it played out the way that it played out, even though it's unfortunate that Sharita did come and give Ross the bone and gave her the ammunition to keep going. I do think that this all had to happen for it to kind of go how it's going now. So maybe this was all a part of God's plan. Maybe it needed to happen. So I agree with you, exclusive D. I do think that this needed to happen. It says no, only does her supporters doesn't like tea, but going in chats, making admins and gathering them and their supporters. Why can't these people see the play? And Roz have talked about, yes, like Roz, you have talked about a lot of people and got back cool with them, and you have been cool with a lot of people who have dogged your kids out. So don't try to pull that. Oh, she's talking about my children. Okay, Coco talked about your son, your deceased son, and you love him to death. He's your bro. So I mean, like, get over it. That's that's just the you need to get over it, because you are aligning yourself with people who have been just as disrespectful. This is about the money for you. And you don't really care about people talking about your kids, because if you did, you wouldn't have made alliances with the people who you've made alliances with. Okay. It says Rita may have already found Teddy. Okay, knowing her, honey. It says yes, Rita is a force. Pick up a way that white flag. Okay, I mean she better, because it's only gonna get worse. This is the thing. Sharita, and from listening to her, I think that she's similar to Tree. She don't give a damn. So if any tea gets spilled on her, it's not gonna hurt her. Whatever they dig up on her, she don't give a damn. Because she's someone who is transparent about what she's been through and her misfortune. So she doesn't strike me as the type of person who would really be too distraught about anything being exposed about her. But Roz, on the other hand, you have this fake image to uphold. You have came on here and you were so insecure to the point where you didn't even want to admit to people that you were renting your home, as if people gave a damn, as if there are not thousands of people who follow you who also rent. So you got to understand, you are the one that needs to back away, because you can't take the heat. You can't take the heat. Y'all over there, covering up all type of stuff. It's just like you are the ones who's scared to be authentically you. Yes, her excuses are dressed up in lies. Exactly. Instead of including her daughter in mess and drama as a good mother, she should have told them to focus on your career and future because being this mess will ruin the reputation which it has. Exactly, exactly. Because I'm sorry, I would never in my life hire an attorney to do anything for me who is more concerned about arguing with people on the internet all day than actually being a professional individual. There's just a certain way you have to carry yourself. Even with me, I'm not going to be on here every day. That's why I'm very careful. I may curse a little bit here and there, but I'm not going to get on here just going crazy. Outside of YouTube, I'm a professional woman. I have self-respect. I'm not about to be on here just doing any and everything because this can all be pulled up and traced back. And I don't care what people say. Social media can definitely have an impact on your career. And is it you alive? You say it can't. 12 says, so is Section 8 the reason why Roz is hiding her life on these YouTube streets? Can Section 8 make her repay monies or something if they find out about the $70,000 she got supposedly? I mean, that could be a possibility. That could now. I mean, I think, it depending on how far you go with scamming the government, sometimes people go to jail for that type of stuff, but I don't know. I don't know. Cynthia Hayes says, now that we have heard that she's been getting a check for John, now they're saying he's 21. Well, if you think about it, maybe that's why she don't jump to these streets now. If he's of age, she needs income. That could that could definitely be it. That could definitely be it. Chico says exactly. The government benefits made her conditions better, and I know some amazing prostitute people who came out of poor living conditions. Exactly, like it's easy to prosper when you got a free rent when you're renting them at probably $100 or less. Baby, let me tell you, I wish there was not an income limit for Section 8. When I tell you, when I first was trying to graduate and just get in my career field, I wish I would have had me some Section 8, baby. I would have had my project decked out, baby. Okay. Seed, Soil, and Sunshine says, with this economy, everybody is one paycheck away from being homeless. Always be homeless. Okay. Because I make good money and I'd be like, where I can't tell. I mean, like when being a middle class in this economy is a lot. Don't get me wrong, I'm blessed enough to be able to still enjoy myself. I'm still able to go on vacation. I'm still able to do things for me and my child. But baby, you got to really budget your money out here in these streets. You gotta. I be sitting around. I'm like, listen, I make too much money to be having to sit up here trying to figure out can I get my wig did or not this week, or do I need to chill out? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is the cost of living is extremely high. So no matter how much money you make, you can make six figures. You can make you. I mean, unless you're, and I feel like in this economy, everybody needs to be making at least 200, 300 plus. That's just my opinion. That is just because I make good money and I still be like, Lord Jesus, I don't see how people are out here surviving without no job. Simply says because they're scared to go neck and neck with her, right? And it's kind of like, who is she? Like, it's like they have made her this false idol. Like, y'all acting like this woman is God. She is a regular person like everybody else. Like, it is okay to be vocal about the fact that, hey, what you're doing is wrong. I'm sorry, I cannot sit around and just hear someone viciously tear someone down unwarranted and then have the audacity to pacify them, because that's what y'all doing. Y'all just pacifying her when it gets done to them. Like, everyone wants to, and y'all just, and it's like, if she say we don't support Coco on Monday, then Monday y'all not supporting Coco. If she say, okay, we're gonna start back supporting Coco, then y'all gonna start back supporting him. If she say, if she say, okay, we don't support Lele on Tuesday, then y'all gonna go unfollow Lele. Then if she say, oh, go follow Lele back, y'all gonna go back and follow her. Like, it's a cult mindset. It's a brainwashed mindset. And it's kind of like, do you all have families? Do you all have anything that going on in your life that you are proud of for yourself? Because it seems like everyone is so thirsty and hungry for her to keep going because they want to get their fix of tree slander. Like, it's sickening. It's sickening. Hey, TRW says, due to your channel, I had Section and lost it, but I didn't let it get me down. She better be thankful for that assistance because paying $18 for rent is wild. Yeah. Everyone have an awesome Saturday. I have a spin class bid in 30 minutes. Take care. See you, blessings. Thank you for tuning in. Yes, Ashley Smith, girl. Rita had the tea, baby. Rita had the tea. It says, I think foster parents still get paid to their 25-year-olds. Yeah, I think it's 25. I will say that. I think it is. Ashley said, he said that B ain't got no job, Tommy. You ain't got no job. It says the lie about her owning her home is the first indicator for insecurity. She knows she is not the woman she should or wants to be. Right. Like to me, like when she said that, when she was like, you guys, I was a little insecure. I did lie about owning my home. Like, why would you do that? Nothing in my right mind would say, let me tell people I own a home when I don't. When I know dang well these people can look that type of information up. Like at this big age, you are still ashamed of renting at this big age. And if you're going to be ashamed, okay, cool. But how can you be that insecure and then turn around and try to lay into somebody else? That is just insane to me. That is insane. Alive Prosper says Rosalind is a spokeswoman for misery. Her followers are okay with that, so they can pretend to be wholesome whole time, preying on people who ain't bothering them in real life. Right? Like it is that crew is misery love company. Because I'm sorry, ain't no way I'm finna sit up here every day and try to tear someone down who has done nothing to me. We can talk about the things that go on in these YouTube streets, but I'm not finna sit up here and call CPS on nobody. I'm not finna sit up here and, interview people ex-boy. I'm not finna sit up here like you literally went and tried to desperately link up with Coco. Like what Sharita is doing to you by interviewing your ex-boyfriend, she's just showing you what you did to Trees. You literally gravitated towards Coco, this disrespectful man who didn't have nothing going on for himself, who used Trees and then bragged about it. You attached yourself to him like glue. For what? For what? Like what did that do for you? Like I don't get it. Hey Kia Love. Hey. It's like her crowd be like, we don't care about what you did. We only care about what everybody else did. They see no wrong in her when the truth be right in the face. Exactly. And it's kind of like, when are you all going to wake up? When are you all going to say, you know what? This is wrong. I mean, right is right and wrong is wrong. It don't matter who it's coming from. It's wrong to continuously get on here all day, every day, and bother someone who isn't bother you. It doesn't matter who it's coming from. And they literally are over there pacifying her and just stroking her ego to make her feel like what she's doing is right. No, everything that's getting done to you is the mirroring image of what you have done to someone else. So get over it and suck it up. Exactly, Ashley. Right. That's how you know she will lie about anything. Baby, okay, like you damn near 50 years old and you're ashamed to say that you rent? Girl. Cynthia says she had to come and say she owned her home because she put Trees down to bed for buying the home she purchased. Right. And that's how you know you sick. You wanted to ride somebody so bad that you turned on your camera in front of your kids. Because at the time, this was around the time where her child was still reading the comments with the phone all the way up to her bifocals. You wanted to lie so bad that you wanted to ride this girl so bad that you got on here and you lied in front of your child. That's embarrassing. I'm gonna lie about who I am and my child sitting around here listening to me lie. Like that's going out sadder than sad. And it's kind of like, we have got to stop being so prideful. Ain't nobody got a heaven or hell to put no one in. You should not be that invested to tear someone down that you will make up lies about how you're living to try to create this fake image, because the truth gonna come out. The truth gonna come out. And that's why you will forever lose. You will forever be on the losing side because you cannot stand in your truth. You can't stand up and say, hey, I didn't have it all figured out. I made bad decisions when it came to men. I, at one point in my life, also was putting men before my kids. I got baby daddy drama just like everybody else. I had financial trouble like everybody else. My child may be a lawyer, but she's a human like everybody else. She goes through things. She goes through financial troubles. You cannot just take the piece of humble pie and own that. You want to try to come and voice and brag. And that is why God ain't gonna bless no mess. He didn't bless you with the things that you have so that you can come on here and throw it in somebody's face. He didn't give you what he gave you so you can come on here and tell somebody that they ain't shit and that you got more than that. Ain't why he gave you what he gave you. And you gonna mess around. If you don't take heed now, he gonna snatch everything away one by one. So you need to stop. I know that I'm old enough to be I'm young enough to be your child. So it may be hard coming from someone who is who you could be their mom. But at the same time, you need to listen to somebody. If you don't listen to me, you need to listen to somebody. Because if you don't stop, you're gonna mess around, you're gonna lose mark my words now. I have seen this happen to another content creator. There was I was talking, I was in another sector before I started talking about this topic. I was another sector, and there was this content creator, and she was doing, well, she wasn't doing it. She was doing what Ross is doing to somebody else. She wasn't going this far though. You know what I'm saying? She wasn't going this far. But yeah, she was doing exactly what Ross was doing, attacking this girl every day, tearing this girl every day. And that girl lost her whole platform. And when she tried to come back and make another one, they took that one too. And then she tried to come back, so that they took that too. And now the girl, now this girl worked hard. I think she had like 20 something thousand subscribers or something. It was something like that. I don't know what it was. It was, she worked hard to build her channel for years and years and years. And because she was so desperate to keep a hateful, vicious hate train going, she was so desperate to keep dragging somebody. She let her audience gas her up, and she lost that platform, and she could never come back. And she tried to come back on YouTube, and every page she made, they snatched the hell out of it. You're gonna end up in that same boat. So the thing about this, Treese is being real nice. Treese is being real merciful, because she could have been had you taken out. Because I've seen someone lose their page for less. I'm talking about the person who I saw lost their page. They weren't doing half the shit that Roz is doing, and they lost their damn page. So all I'm gonna say is, Roz, you better stop while you ahead of yourself. If you truly want to keep this social media thing going, if you truly enjoy this, having a social media platform as a side hustle or whatever it is, you are gonna want to change it up. And this is not because we don't want to hear people talk about trees. That's not what it is. People gonna talk. Like my grandma say, people gonna talk. People gonna always talk. This is not about, oh, we don't want to hear people talk about Latrice. It's just simply put, you're taking it too far, and it is blown out of proportion, and it needs to come to an end. You don't talk about this woman for 2 years. 2 years. Okay? 2 years straight. And people will say, well, because I've heard people say, well, y'all react on it. Y'all will react on it. So if she stopped talking about trees, then y'all ain't gonna talk about. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to me, because at the end of the day, I can easily change gears. And if everything becomes positive, and if there's no more drama, if there's no more commentary, I'm fine with that. See, I created my platform just so I don't have to be in the comment section windmilling, and I want to put out information about what's right. But I'm not thirsty for the drama to keep going. If everybody turn positive, everybody kumbaya, then that means that we'll be able to start consuming more positive content. And that means that when people post vlogs, when people post cooking videos, and when people post trial hauls and stuff like that, people will watch it, because we have the power to change the narrative, right? But the reason why the narrative cannot change is because you have hateful people who are determined to continue to be hateful. And so you have channels like mine who are determined to keep speaking out against it. That's all I'm saying. Keila, I love the way that people can forgive and want to see everyone win. I really did that last night. Yeah, I can say I was at first, I was skeptical of Rita, because I was like, I don't like nobody who's over there with Roz. But I will say, I think that I can respect anyone who has acknowledged where they went wrong. And if Treese has forgiven her, and if she has moved on, then that's cool. I think that, I just, like I said, I think that, like somebody said earlier, I hated when she went over there with Roz, because I feel like it just wasn't as serious for her to go to Roz's platform. But maybe this needed to happen. Maybe Sharita will finally be the one that puts all of this to Rest. Maybe so. Maybe she will ride Raw so hard that maybe, it will all, come to an end. Maybe so. We never know, but we will be tuned in to see. Yes, it's sad. Yeah. Yes, honey. Oh, all right. Laura B says she lost what? Lost custody of Juju. Yeah, she's definitely not humble. Hey, Diane. Hey, hey, hey. I don't know if you want names in the chat, but a big YouTuber, VL, shut her own sister's channel down. Her son ZCC shut down channels too. B Love shut her own sister's channel down. Her son's Daddy Chunk shut down channels too. I don't know why Treese won't make the steps to shut her down. Yeah, because Treese really, like I said, Treese, I don't know if Treese just doesn't want to put that much energy into it, but she really can get the lady's page taken, because I've seen people page taken for less, really less. Like, I've seen people pay, I mean, like, when Ross started talking about Rennie and talking about like spreading those rumors about the children, that was enough right there to get it gone. Like, YouTube doesn't play that, especially when you start, lying on people and start talking about people's kids and stuff. If you get the right lawyers and you get the right people involved, you can get someone page taken. I don't think Tricia has applied enough pressure, but she probably doesn't have time to apply pressure. This is the thing. When you have your own stuff going on in real life, when you are really winning in real life, you ain't got, what I'm saying? When you're really on a journey to get your own life in order and you have things going on, maybe she just doesn't have time for it at this point. Because some people, they do have time, what I'm saying? And but maybe she right now she's just saying, what, it is what it is, and I feel like that speaks volumes because, honey, like I said, I've seen people who were cutthroats, baby. Okay, they will, and it's within their right. Like the other content creator who I was defending, she had every right to get that girl page taken down. That girl was letting people come up there and talk about her kids and all that. So I was in full support of that girl when she took that girl's page down, because it was just like, it was too much. And I don't know what Treese has going on, but the fact that Ross still has a page after all that she's done, she should be very thankful, because she could have been taken out a long time ago. And if she does not change it up, I don't see it lasting much longer. Even if her channel stays up, I don't know how long she thinks that the shenanigans are going to continue. You are being exposed for being a hypocrite every day. Everything that you've came on this platform and told us about yourself has been a complete lie. You have been exposed multiple times in multiple different ways. There's going to come a time that people are going to get tired of the bullshit, because it's kind of like, you 1 minute you're telling us to support this person and you're friends with this person. 1 minute you're telling us that you've never done this and then you've done this. It's just 1 minute you talking about evictions, but then your child got evictions. 1 minute you're talking about this. It's just like, it's too many contradictions going on. And one day people are going to wake up. Now, when, we don't know, but one day they will. Her motto, like-minded women, that says the way she acts and lies, everyone over there is the same. Right. Thank you, Chris Bean. Like, what like-minded woman would sit up there and condone someone telling blatant lies like it's not nothing, and then she will tell a lie and then just go on to the next topic, and no one will come back and say, well, wait a minute, didn't you say this, didn't you say that? Like, I just don't get it. Laura B says, I think Teresa's doing what she says she's doing and letting God handle Rob. We see God turn around for Teresa right in our face. Yeah, we saw that what happened when Layla took her to court. Everyone swore, oh, she's going to jail, or she's this, and then it went nowhere. So I think that she's doing the right thing and she's letting God handle it, because it's kind of like she probably feel like, I'm not gonna sit here and waste my damn money trying to this lady is crazy and deranged. So maybe that's the route that she's taking. Cynthia Hayes said that's why she says she can chin check dog walk Treese with her eyes closed, because she says Treese isn't gonna do anything about it. Won't step to the ones that come for her. Right. I said and this is the thing. I'm ready for the day, because that other content creator who got her page taken, it was a bright and sunny day, and we was over here just talking about how she was wrong for talking about that girl kids, and we was just having a regular conversation, and in the middle of the conversation, boom, they snatched her damn page, and I'm hoping that's what happens, because you don't deserve a platform if you cannot be empathetic and you can't be respectful and you can't be positive. And I'm not saying you have to be fake. because we love Wendy Williams. We know gossip channels have been around since the doom of time. So I'm not saying that you have to be Mother Teresa and that you cannot spill the tea. I love lovely tea. I love, I've been tuned in. Have y'all been tuned into the escape drama? I've been tuned into that too. So I'm not saying that you can't spill the tea and talk your stuff, but I feel like it's a thin line between doing your commentary, having your gossip channels, or just talking about a relevant topic and harassing someone and being evil. And when you start being evil and you're using social media to do that, you don't deserve it. You just don't. I believe they all will change one day. At some point, it gets draining. Yeah, it gets draining. It definitely gets draining. The Charlie says, "Me too." Now, at first, I was the same way about Rita, but I'm coming around. I think she's coming from a place of hurt and just want the witch to stop, and she want right. Because first, I was like, I don't know about Shrita. I don't know. But then I said, you know what? If her and Treese have made amends and Treese can forgive her, and if she, because what she said about Roz is pretty valid. You know what I'm saying? I can respect that. I can respect it. T always says she don't want to stop anyone from eating. She said God will handle it. So true. It's happening right in front of us. Yeah. And it's happening in front of us. Honey, God is turning her every way but loose, baby. I'm talking about every week she fighting for her life on these YouTube streets. And I don't know when she just gonna stop. Like, just stop. Just change it up. Ain't nobody saying you gotta go tuck your tail, but just change it up. She taught them kids to lie. She don't care if they talk about whoever, even the kids, the dog, and the cat. For the reward is the money. They've never had or seen as much money coming in as they have now. Yeah, and that's what I think it is. I think that they are a family who's not used to anything, and so this newfound success and this newfound avenue of making money has them with the big head. Because I like when her daughter got up here and when she said that people with bachelor's degrees don't make real money. I said, girl, are you shitting me? Are you crazy? And I had to think about it. I'm like, you know what? Maybe you just haven't seen success in your family. Maybe you haven't seen people, in your family make it with no degree. I've seen people make it with no degree. I've seen people make it with bachelor's, master's, no degree. I've seen people succeed in all type of forms from all different type of background. So maybe the fact that you feel like you have to have a certain status to be successful and that God can't just bless anyone, maybe it just is it's a reflection that you just haven't seen it around you. You just haven't seen Black people be great. Because baby, where I'm from, even though I'm from a Macon, Georgia, and honey, the crime rate when people down here killing folks like they set in water. At the end of the day, I still am proud to say that I have a lot of classmates who've gone on to be doctors, lawyers, nurses. Like people, I can proudly say that I have people when I log into my Facebook, and Facebook be like the class reunion. I can smile and say, oh my God, this person just bought a house. Oh my God, this person, their family are in Hawaii. He's in the military. Like, I can truly say that I know some successful Black people. I went to a HBCU. I have licenses who are doing everything. We're all winning. And so, thinking back on it, maybe the reason why they come on here so prideful and so ready to put somebody down is because they just ain't used to shit. They ain't seen it because it just ain't happening around them. And that's what it is. That's probably what it is. Y'all just ain't used to Black people winning. But baby, where I'm from, they've been winning. They've been making a way out of no way, honey. They've been coming out the hood, swanking, turning their life all the way around. So maybe that's just what it is. And I hate that for you. I hate that you feel that, just because you have fought hard to accomplish one thing that automatically puts you above everybody else. And it don't. It takes hard work. It takes perseverance, and it don't look like nothing. You can be a lawyer, a doctor, a astronaut. You can still be a shitty person at heart. Okay. If anyone remembers when it can put that she was renting and she was upset and then said she was renting to own, but she doesn't remember that. Yeah, she came on here and lied about that. We remember that. Yeah, she won't listen to God. She won't. Her son has a page. I went on his page and told him to get his mom and sisters, and I hope he's nothing like them. Yeah, this is the thing. And I saw that, he has a page now too. Hey, Big Gasman. And I just hate it for him because I said, Lord, honey, he ain't gonna be able to run his page of peace, honey. They gonna drag him into the drama. It won't be before long for he be on here arguing with folks too. It's sad. It's definitely sad, but it is what it is. It is what it is. All I can say is this. And then I'm finna go enjoy my Saturday, y'all. I'm gonna leave it with this. Um, you have got to do people how you want to be did. You cannot come on here being evil to people, trashing people's name, talking about people's kids. You cannot. You got on here, and there was a clip of you going around where you so proudly with your chest said that you love dragging trees, you love breaking her down. Well, baby, Sister Pig Feet, you better you better get your combat boots and you better get ready for war, because you are going to have a tough time if you do not change up and start doing something different and do people how you want to be did. That's all you got to do. It's just as simple as treat people how you want to be treated. It starts with you, because you were the author of all this confusion, period. Hello, Bean's mom. It says, hello, chat. Everything that comes out of her mouth is like, yes. She's a liar. And it's time for people who follow her and support her to wake up. Wake up. And stop sitting around here believing anything she damn say. Y'all are grandmothers. Y'all are mothers. Y'all are old enough to know this is some bullshit. Okay? To sit on here and entertain her talking about she got a stalker when that's all she do to Latrice, baby, but that's it. So I hope she hears this and she takes the advice. Baby, stop while you ahead. Cause God ain't gonna bless no miss. Okay? He ain't gonna bless no miss. But I done been on here for an hour, 35 minutes, y'all. Today I'm going to get out and enjoy my day, me and my child. Hopefully it don't rain. I want us to go to the car wash, clean the car out, trying to get in these streets, go hit some stores, and just have a good evening. I hope everybody else enjoys their Saturday as well. I gotta taste for some watermelon, y'all. So I want to cut me up some watermelon, put some salt on it. Oh, thank you, Dookie Fana. Thank you. I should have Beans, mom. You're so pretty. Oh, but yes, but thank y'all. But thank y'all for hanging in here with me today. And we're gonna be back. We're gonna be back. We're gonna see how the drama unfold. Will we find out who Teddy is? Will someone post a Section 8 voucher? We will find out on the next episode of these YouTube streets. All right, love y'all. See y'all later.